Hi, this is Lynnis, and we're going to be starting the Thriving Life, Removing Blocks, Getting Breakthroughs, and Living an Abundant Life in just a few minutes. I'm so glad you're here. Looks like we have quite a few people on the phone. This is great because this is a fantastic way to listen to these webinars. We're going to be starting in about 2 minutes. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Wellness Woman Wednesday webinars. I'm so glad you are here with us today. You know, I am passionate about getting the word out about how important it is for wellness for women over 40 and how important it is that we take total responsibility for our mind, body, and spirit wellness and find out, what alternative methods are out there that can help us to be well. Today we're going to talk about a topic I think we all care about, having a thriving life. We all want to experience joy and happiness, especially as our lives begin to change. And we want to find ourselves with the opportunity to pursue our passions. And I feel like the first step in being able to pursue your dreams and to pursue your passions is to make sure that you're well. Wellness for our mind, body, and spirit is essential when it comes to experiencing success in anything that we want to pursue. Some of you may know that I have had an anxiety disorder for years. And while I have basically overcome that disorder, I still experience from time to time anxiety, stress, negative self-talk, the kinds of things that keep me from wanting to pursue my passions. And about 4 years ago, I became aware of a healing modality that we're going to talk about today. It has definitely changed my life for the better, and it has helped me to recognize those blocks, those thoughts that I need to remove in order to have a more joyful, abundant, and successful life. But first, let me introduce myself properly. I'm Lynnis woods-mullins. I am the founder of PraiseWorks Health and Wellness and also Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond e-magazine. That's a mind, body, spirit magazine for women over 40. I'm a holistic health coach, a talk show host, an editor and publisher, author and speaker, mother, grandmother, and wife. I'm also a daughter and a sister, throw that in. All the hats that we wear as women. And soon I will be 59 years old, or 59 years young, however you want to call it. And all the more reason for me to be very concerned about wellness so that I can continue doing what I do, which is loving to share with women the importance of wellness and how to be well for your mind, body, and spirit. And life can be challenging. We know that. We all have different things that we go through. And at this stage of our life, we've definitely been through disappointments, obstacles, challenges, loss, anger, unforgiveness. We've been through a lot. And the question is, when you take a look at all the things that we've been through, how can we remove that emotional baggage from these experiences? How can we remove, the blocks that these experiences cause? Because they do cause blocks, believe it or not. They do leave a trace in terms of how we encode the world, how we behave, how we think about ourselves and others. These things that we go through, they leave an impression, and they do cloud sometimes our thinking and sometimes prevent us from doing things that we really want to do. So one of the things that I discovered was energy healing. This is one of the modalities that really put kind of like the period at the end of the sentence when it came to my ability to control how far I'm going to let my anxiety go. And it has been so helpful. I found that energy healing helped me considerably when it came to getting rid of blocks and helping me break through to more success in my life. Energy healing is the simple process of identifying and eliminating negative subconscious thoughts, negative emotions, negative beliefs, and all of these other kinds of feelings that affect how we feel, think, and react. That's when I get a chance to introduce Jen Poulsen. She is an energy coach and a holistic health coach. And she has done a wonderful job in my life and a wonderful job for so many others when it comes to her energy practice. Today she's going to talk to us about what energy healing is, and she's going to share with us her story in terms of how she came to do this. And we're going to get a chance to experience what it feels like to go through one of these sessions. Jen, are you there?
Hey, Lynnis.
Hi, thank you so much for being with us today on the Wellness Woman Wednesday webinar.
That's a big mouthful.
Yeah, it is.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Tell us about your story. How did you become interested in energy healing?
Okay, well, I love to share my story because I feel like, well, I hope it relates to, I hope a lot of people can relate to it. But, you know, I had some experiences just in my family where I didn't quite understand, I don't know, well, there's just some resentment and stuff that I had experienced over in my teenage years, I guess. And so when I went to college, I decided I was going to study psychology, and that's what I got my bachelor's in, family science with a minor in psychology, and I pretty much wanted to just start understanding why I felt the way I felt and why my family was the way they were, and really looking for some healing. And in one of my last classes of my college career, it was required that we went to therapy every week, so we would know what it felt like to be on the other side, because the next step was going on to get a master's to be a therapist. And so I'm really grateful for that experience, because it was actually really frustrating to me. I would go every week, and I would talk about the things that were bothering me and talk about my frustrations and the things that I wanted to overcome. And the therapist was good. He was trying to teach me some behavior modifications, and he would tell me things, well, you need to let go and you need to forgive that. But there was such a big disconnect. Like, I didn't know how to get from where I was emotionally to where I wanted to be, to that forgiveness, to that peace, to that, really inner happiness, so things weren't, I didn't have all that head talk and negative talk, and then some of the resentments from, just my childhood. And so I decided that that was not going to be the career for me. And so eventually, I met my husband soon after, well, right at the end of college, and I got married, and pretty soon the babies started coming, and I found myself as a young mom still with the same resentments and, you know, that I had in college. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and probably just sharing my victim story again, you know, how we do that. We kind of get into our victim stuff, and we blame, and if my parents had only done this, or this person's upset with me, and whatever. She had the courage to say, you know, I have a friend that could help you overcome some of this stuff, and it's not like traditional therapy. And she called it energy healing. And I thought she was crazy. Like, I had no idea what she was talking about, and I went home and told my husband, you know, you're not going to believe what she just told me, and I kind of explained it to him. And I say I went home, but at the time we were living with his parents because he had gotten laid off from a job, and I mean, we were kind of in a sad state right then. And he was feeling depressed and, you know, frustrated being out of work and not quite knowing what direction to go. And so when I told him this, he's like, I'm going to go, and which really surprised me. And so he went and had this energy healing experience and came back, and I noticed immediate results. Like, he had been stuck for, you know, a couple months trying to figure out what he wanted to do, and it was really frustrating and stressful on our marriage. And what I noticed in the next week or so, that he started making decisions, and it was like he became unstuck. He started having a plan. He started initiating, you know, things that I hadn't seen him initiate in a long time. And so, as far as looking for, you know, making some decisions. And so it made such a big impact on me. What 1 hour really changed his whole perception and his whole motivation. I figured if it could work for him, it could work for me. And so that's when I started. I was in enough pain that I was willing to be open, thanks to my husband, and just go and try a session. And that first hour session that I had, it changed the direction of my life. And I'm so grateful for my friend that had the courage, you know, to tell me about this woman who did this energy healing work. So that's how I got started with it.
You know, that's amazing. Why is energy healing so impactful? How does it work?
Well, this is what I've learned over the years, is that I heard this explained to me, and it just made so much sense. That if you're talking about the conscious brain and the subconscious brain, I heard it compared to a glacier. So a glacier, you can see, you know, the tops of it, you know, coming out of the water, right? But the majority of that glacier is underwater. It's hidden. And our conscious brain and our subconscious brain are a lot alike. I mean, the conscious brain is just a small part of, you know, what is going on in our daily life. The subconscious is really what's navigating what's going on in our daily activities, how we feel about ourselves, our successes, our failures, our head talk. And so what happens is, as we come into this life pretty much a clean slate, and we start having life experiences, and depending on how you perceive your life experiences depends on what is being created in your subconscious. And so when we have experiences where we perceive ourselves as not enough, or not worthy of love, or not worthy of time and attention, or not worthy of money, those belief systems are hidden, and they run deep, and are and so they play out in a physical way in our daily lives. And so, you might start looking at patterns in your life where you can't seem to hold on to money, or you can't seem to ever get ahead with money. That's an easy pattern to look at for people, and it's one that's very, very common. Another pattern might be like if you know of someone that seems to always attract abusive relationships. So maybe she grew up with an abusive father, or an emotionally disconnected father, and then because of the belief systems that are gained throughout childhood, those belief systems of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy of being heard, I'm, I deserve to be punished. Though that sends out kind of like an energy vibe, to the people in her life, and it attracts those people. They're going to show up to prove that those subconscious belief systems are true. And so in the process of energy healing, what we do through the modality that I've been trained in, which is called Simply Healed, is we look for those patterns, and then what we do is we get to the root of the belief system that's creating the pattern, and we are able to release that. It's really, really powerful work, and one of the things that I love is that you don't have to hash out your story over and over and over again, and that's the thing that frustrated me with the traditional therapy, is I was always going in and telling the same story. Sometimes it looked a little different, but a lot of times it was just the same thing over and over and over again, and it didn't help me feel any better. It usually helped me feel worse. And so with this energy work process, we can get to the roots and release the roots, so that you're actually creating new patterns in your life. You'll start attracting healthier people that respect you more, people that honor you and hear you and support you, instead of that opposite, what I described earlier.
That's amazing. And I have had many sessions with you, and my life has changed as a result. And I know others who have also had sessions with you, and there have been amazing results. And it's difficult for people to understand it, and sometimes it's difficult to explain it. So I thought the best way for our listeners to get an idea of what it is was to ask you if you would possibly do a small demonstration for us in terms of what an energy session is, and also what it might feel like.
Absolutely. I would love to do that. So as I was thinking about this webinar today, and just having the intention of, what would be the best thing, what intentions of blocks that I wanted to have for the group. Whoever listens to this, whether you're listening live or whether you're listening to a recording, just be open to the idea that energy doesn't have any time or space restrictions. So no matter where you are in the country, even though we're on this webinar line, even if you're listening to it as a recording, that because it's just energy, what we do here today can have a powerful impact on you. And so what came to mind is just having the intention of just clearing any blocks that are keeping you from being able to move forward, and whatever that looks like for you, whether it's your relationships, whether it's money, whether it's emotional healing, healing from past traumas in your life, whatever is keeping you stuck from being able to move forward, we're going to have the intention of clearing some blocks around that. And then the other thing that came to mind was just clearing some blocks around just having clarity around healing and being able to let go of the things that really aren't working in your life. And so with that being said, on my end, I am doing what's called kinesiology. It's muscle testing. And I'm just going to muscle test the energy of the group to find out where the blocks are. So we're going to start with, and just have an open mind about it. Even if you don't get it, it's okay. If you have an open mind and an open heart, you will be able to feel the benefits of it. So I'm going to have you take some breaths throughout this little mini session. And with that breath it's like we're giving any low false belief, low vibration energy permission to leave. And trust that it's that easy, because it really is. So let's go ahead and just take a second, and if you can, close your eyes, take a really nice big grounding breath, and we're just going to connect everybody to this work and to the possibilities of what it can help you with today. So take another nice big breath on that, and we're just going to get everybody nice and connected to just to themselves. We're going to connect to the just balance the body-spirit connection, the heart-mind connection. We're going to balance your connection to God. And that's one thing that I really, really emphasize is I have a firm belief in God, and that God is the healer. I'm just a facilitator to help remove any of those hidden blocks in the way of being able to receive the full benefits of what God has to offer you. The full benefits of healing, the full benefits of inner peace. It's all right there, and it's there for each of us, and we just sometimes our emotional blocks and beliefs get in the way. So I'm just here to help remove those energetic blocks so that you can have full access to the power of the divine to heal and to be able to move forward in your sacred purpose. Okay, so go ahead and take a big breath on that, and we're going to just connect everybody to that idea of really being connected to their higher power and to their divine purpose. And we're also going to connect everybody to just the infinite flow of abundance, and that doesn't have to do with just money, but it's the right opportunities at the right time. It's connected relationships. It's whatever in your life that creates a feeling of abundance for you. So take a breath on that as well. And then we're just going to take a breath and have the intention of balancing everybody's energy systems. We have 7 energy systems, and it's really important that they're all balanced and working together. So take a big breath on that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I am going to share some affirmations with you. And the affirmations are, I'm muscle testing, like I have like just pages and pages of affirmations. And what I do is I muscle test those to find out where the weakness in the belief system is. And so if you've ever practiced saying affirmations over and over and over again, but you haven't felt much change, or the change is really temporary, there's a really perfectly sound explanation for that. If you're saying affirmations that are not a truth in your subconscious belief system, you can say them over and over and over again, and it won't change anything. So when I share the affirmations with you, they're affirmations that are coming up weak in the group's subconscious belief system. By the end of this little session, they will be strong, and so you don't even have to say them over and over for them to start working. It's already going to be working and creating new opportunities and more inner peace and confidence, and it's really amazing. So I'm excited to get to do that with you guys. So the first affirmation coming up is, I own my own power. The next one is, I love, approve, and accept myself. So remember, I mean, that just seems really basic, but if your subconscious cannot say that as a truth, I love, approve, and accept myself, then it's going to be really difficult for other people in your life to love, accept, and approve of you. And not that you need other people's approval, but how you feel about yourself on a conscious and subconscious level is going to affect the kind of people and things that are happening in your life on a daily basis. Okay. Okay, so the next one is, I let go of any childhood trauma. So this includes just any kind of family trauma, any kind of trauma that happened at school, if you were in any kind of accident, any drama with friendships, and any kind of abuse. And so I love releasing that old trauma energy for people. I am connected to my new belief system. I can feel connected to people without absorbing their emotions and issues. My abundant blessings as well as my challenges all make me better, stronger, and more awake. So a lot of times when we encounter bumps in the road, you know, a disappointment or you know, some kind of loss, a lot of times we get stuck there and it kind of overtakes our whole life. And so we're really clearing blocks around those bumps in the roads to keep us from being stuck, and that we can see them as our stepping stones of how to become stronger, how to become more compassionate and empathetic, and all of those good things that are going to help us help somebody else down the road. Okay, each step is important and precious to my life. Okay, I am validated. And what we're talking about there is being validated from God. Because when you are connected to Him and you feel His love and validation for you, that will change your life. It will help you validate yourself, which will in turn allow others to be able to validate you and see you and appreciate you. And it's a really powerful thing that happens, but that connection to God has to happen first, and it has to go from God to you and then to others. I am confident. I am dependable. It is okay with God for me to have money. I have a positive team with supportive people at my side. I am free to choose what works best for my life. And that's so powerful. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but sometimes we react to things in life without even thinking about it. It's like a knee-jerk reaction, and a lot of times, you know, you're left going, oh man, why did I do that? Or why did I say that? That really messed things up. And it's kind of like we're taking away that sabotage energy so that we're not sabotaging, you know, the good things we've got going on in our lives, that we're free. You know, we're free from that old pain energy that keeps us in sabotage mode. And so we're free to choose what is best in every situation. That's so powerful. I am free to align my will with God's will. And you guys have heard that scripture, with God all things are possible. But when we have these blocks in the way, it's really difficult to align with Him. So we're just clearing those blocks, because when you have that connection, you start knowing and feeling and then living that anything is possible for you and you can do anything. I easily retrain my thoughts for quick, gentle, and joyful transformation. Okay, good. I choose love. I choose peace. I choose joy. And I choose success. I am willing to let go, I am willing to forgive and let go of old negative patterns. And I have clarity on what the loving solutions are. And I am worthy and deserving of allowing life to flow easily and joyfully. I love that one. Sometimes we think that we have to struggle through life, and it doesn't have to feel like a struggle and a fight. So let's go ahead and everyone take a big breath, and we're just going to clear any negative thoughts and beliefs around these affirmations in your subconscious belief system. Okay, and so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to clear any generational blocks. So I remember the day that I found out that not only do I carry my own emotional junk around, but I also carry around my ancestors' emotional junk, and it really upset me. I just thought that was not fair. But then I realized we have some amazing tools in order to release that energy. So, and it's the most powerful part of this work that we do is we not only free ourselves, but we free the past as well. People from our past that have gone through traumas and things that they weren't able to let go of. So go ahead and take another big breath. And with this also, you'll be able to see changes in your children, with your siblings, with your parents. I mean, it's amazing what happens in families, and also with people that have businesses. This work will affect the people that you work with. And so, anyway, okay. Take one more big breath on clearing any generational blocks around those affirmations and beliefs. Okay, good. All right, so the next thing we want to do is just go ahead and clear what's called your timeline. And so what we're just looking at these belief systems and this stuck energy in lots of different layers and levels. So the timeline, when we clear that, it's clearing the energy of all of those experiences that you've had in your life up to this point that support any kind of negative pattern. So go ahead and take a big breath. Negative patterns and belief systems. So when, if your parents were divorced, for example, when you were young, and you you still, even though you're 45 or 50 or whatever, and you still think about that and you still feel that pain or that those feelings of abandonment or whatever, it's it's the energy of those emotions that's stuck in you, and it keeps you stuck in that past experience, and then it also will play out in other areas of your life. So that's what we're releasing, is the energy of those past experiences, so that you can know that it happened, you remember that, but emotionally you're detached from it, like you're letting it go. And so you can talk about it, and you can more clearly see what the lesson is from it, and then move forward to be able to help somebody else, or move forward to just more inner peace and happiness. Okay, and so then the next thing we're going to do is just clear any additional false belief energy that's holding you back. So go ahead and take a big breath on that. Okay, awesome. Okay, and then just take another big breath, and we're just going to connect everybody to allowing, accepting, and receiving the work that we've done today. Okay, you guys are really open, so I'm really feeling some shifts being made. So that really concludes our little mini session. That's a little taste of what we do in a full hour session.
That's wonderful. And I don't know about you all, but I can definitely feel different than how I felt when I started today. And it's amazing. You can listen to this broadcast again with a friend and observe how they feel. And I've yet to know anyone that's gone through one of these sessions that hasn't felt something. It's just really remarkable. Now, that's just something that's general. Gen sessions can be tailored made just for you and what your particular concerns are. Jen, for people who want to schedule individualized sessions with you, how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, I start off by going to my website at jenpoulsen.com, and you have that on there with my picture on your slide there. But just go to jenpoulsen.com and register to get on my email list, because we have specials, and we have freebies that we give away every once in a while, and just notifications of special projects that we're doing. And so you want to get on my email list first, and when you do that, you actually will receive as a gift a full 1 hour session where we go in, where I do that session and I explain a little bit more about energy work, and actually do a full session. So you get that, and then request a free consultation. And I have a team that, we all take clients. I have 2 other women on my team that are amazing. And so, between the 3 of us, we work with lots of people, and from all different kinds of backgrounds. We've heard about every issue out there, so nothing surprises us. We have no judgments about that. We just want to be able to help. And so we can, if you request a free consultation, we can answer any questions and explain some of our programs and how our coaching works, and you can decide what program would work for you. So we've got individual packages and group packages, and so we're happy to answer any questions about that.
Well, that's fantastic, Jen. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your gifts and your talents with us. We really appreciate it. And I think everybody will agree that after the demonstration that energy healing should definitely be a part of your wellness regime, and definitely a modality that maybe you might not have considered before or knew about or even experienced before, but definitely something that you should look into. And remember, you can reach Jen through going to her website at jenpoulsen.com, and it's there on the screen. Jen, thank you so much for being with us today on the Wellness Woman Wednesday webinar. I've enjoyed sharing all this information with everyone.
Thank you, Lynnis.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I try to be true to my commitment of keeping these within 30 minutes, and we're close to that. But I wanted to remind you that you can follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter. It's at PraiseWorks. Facebook is PraiseWorks Health and Wellness or PraiseWorks Wellness Woman 40. On Instagram, I'm at Wellness Woman 40, and Pinterest, PraiseWorks Health and Wellness. Those are some of my main um, ways you can find me. And of course, the website has all my social media, praiseworks.biz. And if you forget all of that and you're on the phone, just Google me. Google Lynnis Woods-Mullins or Google PraiseWorks Health Wellness, and all my stuff will pop up. You want to make sure that you visit my page at least once a week or so, maybe even twice a week, because we are always offering specials and giveaways and things like that, to incentivize you to want to take your wellness seriously and to want to do something about being well, maybe in a different way besides just going to the doctor. I don't want to poo-poo doctors or the AMA. They have their place, but there's so many things that you can do yourself to be well, or so many different modalities, like for instance the energy healing that you can experience. So make sure you visit my page, follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest. We have all kinds of great things going on. We just got through doing a giveaway for a small sample of an essential oil for last week's webinar, and this week's webinar we're going to be doing the same thing. So all of you who attended this webinar, your name's going into a hat, and I'm going to pull it out in just a little bit afterwards, and we're going to notify you, and you'll get a chance to have a free essential oil. And the other thing is, when you go to visit my website, take time to take a look around there, because that is where the home of Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond e-magazine is. You can subscribe to the magazine. You can also subscribe to my newsletter. There is a free cookbook on there, and also a free green smoothie cookbook, and you can sign up for a free 30-minute consultation with me when it comes to taking a look at your midlife wellness, the kinds of things that you want to do. I've worked with people on stress. I've worked with people on making some lifestyle transitions as they kind of transition in midlife, and I also have done a lot with hormones and essential oils and anti-aging, which brings me to my new book that's coming out in just a few days, Ageless Beauty. That's anti-aging tips for women over 40. And you can pre-order this informative ebook and send me an email at info@praiseworks.biz and just type in the subject line, I want to order Ageless Beauty, and we will get back with you. You want to do it now because the regular price is $9.97, but during this pre-order phase, it's only $6.97. So I hope to be hearing from all of you, and I hope that you've enjoyed this wonderful broadcast as much as I have enjoyed bringing it to you. Last week, we talked about anti-aging tips, and you can listen to that broadcast if you go to my YouTube channel, and just go to my website and click on the YouTube icon, and you'll see that taping of the seminar we did last week for anti-aging. And also this one is going to be recorded too. And for those of you who are on the phone, you're going to get some information in your email that will give you the recording of this seminar, as well as the affirmations that Jen shared with us earlier. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be having more Wellness Woman Wednesday webinars. Just check out my Facebook for details. We have some great topics that I know you will enjoy. Thanks again for joining us. This is Lynnis from PraiseWorks and Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond e-magazine. Have a fantastic day.